I can't remember the number, but 179. As we got up on Christmas morning and the boys gathered round the tree, we wouldn't let them open their presents till we had read the Christmas story. They listened, I think. We're so familiar with it. In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and the line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. And while they were there, the time came for the baby to be born. And she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone round them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all the people. Today in the town of David a Savior has been born to you. He is Christ the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find the baby wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger." Suddenly a great company of the heavenly hosts appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to men, on whom his favor rests." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go to Bethlehem and see this thing which has happened, which the Lord has told us about." So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in a manger. And when they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told. May God's blessing be with this reading of his word. Please remain seated at the birthday of a king. Be with us, O God, in these moments. Amen. I sort of struggled thinking about today. You know, we know the Christmas story. It's an old story, but yet it's a new story. And I wondered if maybe it has become so familiar to us that we have lost some of the mystery, some of the awe, some of the miracle of God's coming, that Emmanuel, God, is with us. During these days of Advent, we have looked at the prophets. We know that a Messiah was anticipated. They saw a renewal in God's kingdom. But they saw as a renewal of power and glory and prestige. A day of celebration. A day when Israel would again be leader of nations. Although it never had carried out its purpose or potential, it missed showing the world what God was really like. But they had been taught for centuries how the Messiah was going to come. An image. A long one, but it was an image. But now the story begins to unfold. Did you remember those words of Isaiah? Who has believed our message? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up before him like a tender shoot, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering, a man familiar with pain, like one from whom people hide their faces. He was despised, and we have held him in low esteem. Doesn't seem like the Messiah, does it? The angels left, wondering, is anybody going to believe our story? Now, is anybody going to believe that tonight, as we were trying to stay awake and keep the sheep safe, that a whole multitude of angels sang to us? Or are they going to wonder what we were smoking? This is not how the story was expected to play out. You know, God came at Sinai in thunder and lightning, and the whole mountain shook. We were talking a little bit ago about the stable being blown away last Friday night, and how the wind as it came through sounded like a train rushing through the area. That was God as he came to the mountain. But then there's Elijah, who God came to in a still, soft voice, a gentle whisper, some say. God came. Now in David's town in Bethlehem, we hear babies cry. The first breath of fresh air. I posted on Facebook an article I found from someplace else. It's not unique with me, but about children in church and the pictures of a little boy or little girl laying in the middle of the aisle. And the author saying, hey, let the children come. Let them make noise. Let them celebrate. You know, Jesus came to those first few breaths. The one who was present at the very beginning of creation now sleeps on a bed of hay in a manger. The one who knows the name of every star and every planet ever created is now dependent upon Mary and Joseph, on their parents. The one who was present when light first broke forth and God said, let there be light, now is wrapped in cloth and lying in a manger. The list goes on. But Emmanuel is with us. God's love, walking, talking, eating, drinking, sharing in laughter, sharing in tears, welcoming those who stood outside the circle and bringing them in. God's love is greater than any circle. God's love more powerful than the greatest earthquake. God's love greater than even the noonday sun. The best way to show love is to love. And God did that. It's not talking about love. It's not writing a poem about love. It's not singing a song about love, but it's by loving. And in the hardest thing to do, God sent his Son. God so loved the world. Today, in the time of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. There was some reading that many of you probably have seen on Christmas cards. You've probably seen it for years and years. It says anonymous at the end of it. A lot of them do. But it was written by James Allen Francis, who was pastor of the First Baptist Church of Los Angeles from 1914 to 1928. And I've read the manuscript that James wrote this on. They saved it in their church library. But it says, one solitary life. Here is a man who was born in an obscure village, the child of a peasant woman. He grew up in another obscure village. He worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30, and then for 3 years he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book. He never held an office. He never owned a home. He never had a family. He never went to college. He never put his foot inside a big city. He never traveled more than 200 miles from the place where he was born. He never did one of the things that usually accompany greatness. He had no credentials but himself. He had nothing to do with this world except the naked power of his divine manhood. While still a young man, the tide of popular opinion turned against him. He was turned over to his enemies. He went through the mockery of a trial. He was nailed to a cross between 2 thieves. His executioners gambled for the only piece of property he had on earth while he was dying, and that was his coat. When he was dead, he was taken down and laid in a broad grave through the pity of a friend. 19 wide centuries have come and gone, and today he is the centerpiece of the human race and the leader of a column of progress. I am far within the mark when I say that all the armies that have ever marched, all the navies that were ever built, and all the parliaments that ever sat, and all the kings that have reigned put together, have not affected the life of man upon this earth as powerfully as has that one solitary life. That life born in a manger, showing. Renewing us again, O God, the awe of this day. The awe of you being as we are. The awe of your demonstrating your love. Let us, O God, bear and tell it and share it. Amen. What better song than Go Tell It on the Mountain, number 218. I think there's a pot of coffee downstairs for those that might want to stay after for a few minutes, or did you make one, Bob? We didn't make one. Okay, there's some Coke. Oh, Susan did. Okay, there's still coffee downstairs for those that... And there are cookies, so...
I saw those.
We'll tell them